中行墓撑起了一个博物馆。
A bronze work called Bojuga is one of the principal exhibits in the round bronze hall at the new Capitol Museum. It was unearthed from the Liuli River region during the excavation in 1973. The inscription on it tells of Wu Chun, Duke of Yan, rewarding a man named Boju with money, which he used to have a treasure made in honor of his dead father. A vessel called a jinding was also unearthed during that excavation. Its interior is inscribed with 26 characters, recording how the Duke of Yan sent a man named Jin to offer treasures to the Duke of Zhao.
像这种那个伯具力啊，还有那一些鬼啊，还有那个其他的器物上边都分别记载着，就是谁要到宗周去，像那个少公，那个有的是看望啊，有的是那个奉献点东西啊，然后少公一高兴赏他们点钱，然后他们做个鼎啊，做个鬼啊，做个力啊，然后纪念。
However, the bronze wares from the two tombs were of little help in determining the origin of the fiefdom of Yan. Although experts knew where the fiefdom had been, they didn't know when it was created or whether it was the Duke of Zhao who had been granted the right to rule it. The evident shortcomings in historical records concerning the history of Yan only caused further complications.
这历史上还有谜，因为这个燕国别的国呢，像比如说齐国呀、晋国呀，这个《史记》上面和其他书上面都记着，比如说始封的是谁，然后传了多少代，每一代这个王叫什么名字都有。可是唯独这个燕国，就是燕少公世家，这个在司马迁写《史记》的时候呢，他就是说封少公氏于燕，然后下一句就是至9世惠侯，就是到了第9代燕惠侯了。所以这个2、3、4、5、6、7代燕侯是怎么回事？这是个千古之谜，连司马迁那时候也不太清楚了。
Of all the questions, the one that needed settling first and foremost was who was the first Duke of Zhao and where was his fiefdom? In the autumn of 1986, exciting news came from the Liuli River region. Another tomb had been discovered at the western Zhaoyan tomb site, this time one belonging to a duke or prince. The tomb yielded a lot of bronze wares, two of which caused particular excitement. They were vessels, and on the inside of their lids and near their rims were carved inscriptions of 44 characters. The inscriptions read, "The Emperor of Zhao said, 'Taibo, you served me well. I am delighted and will make Ke, your son, Prince of Yan, to rule the people there.' So Ke arrived in Yan and took over the land and the government there. He made these vessels to celebrate the event." Historical records tell us that Taibo was the Duke of Zhao, and there's no doubt that Ke was his son. But was the Emperor of Zhao referred to, in fact, Emperor Wu?
少公呢是周武王的兄弟，这个兄弟辈的啊。周武王灭商以后呢，2年以后就死了，所以就是成王，就是应该是这个少公的侄子辈的为王了。然后他的侄子辈呢为王以后呢，就是封那个少公为太保，所以这个你要是这么看呢，他这个王啊就应该是成王，不应该是周武王了，啊，因为他这个铭文里边他写的有太保这样的字啊， 所以他在周武王的时候，少公恐怕不是太保。
Whether it was Emperor Wu or his son Cheng who appointed the first prince of Yan is a question that has caused considerable disagreement in archaeological circles. Anyway, the 44-character inscription would be a vital clue in finding out about Beijing's founding 3,000 years ago.
The excavation at the western Zhao site by the Liuli River at the end of the 20th century revealed that the original city had been 829 meters in length and 700 meters across. But could such a small city have been the capital?
我跟北京大学的那个专家教授也讨论过这个，说这城怎么跟那个商代那个城比差远了？你看郑州商城边长都好几千米啊，这个边长829米、700米，这忒小点儿似的啊。可是你要根据当时的生产力来讲啊，它是武王灭商以后，同时封了上百个国同时筑城的话，你想想他能筑大了？他商城是请全国之力啊，他筑一个城。 你这一个全国，你同时筑上百个城，恐怕这城就不可能那么大了。
From an archaeological point of view, a city, to be classified as a capital, must meet two principal requirements. First, it must be a city, and second, outside there must be tombs of contemporary emperors, dukes, and princes. To date, of the more than 100 capitals that must have existed in the early Western Zhao dynasty, the location of only one has been confirmed. The city on the Liuli River. It's undisputedly the earliest city site in the history of Beijing, a fact proven by the discovery of the Kehe and Kelei. And so a 1,000-year-old argument was finally settled. Liuli River site was identified as the capital city of the state of Yan. This meant that the origins of Beijing as a city could be dated back to 1045 BC, when the Emperor of Zhao ended the Shang dynasty. In 1995, the Beijing government confirmed that it was 3,040 years since the establishment of the city of Beijing. The two rusty bronze vessels at the museum are the earliest witnesses of the birth of a city. But when did Beijing begin to develop into a city in the true sense of the word? If the two bronzes are placed at the starting point of a timeline, and we go 1,000 years further along it, we reach some beams. These ancient beams are only a small part of numerous excavated beams, but they symbolize Beijing's rise. On June the 8th, 1974, workers with the Beijing Exploration Department doing hydrogeological drilling at Dabaitai village in Beijing's Fengtai district found beams and charcoal underwater. At the time, the Han Dynasty tomb at Maguandui in Hunan province had recently been discovered. So the workers wondered if they might have stumbled on another ancient tomb. They informed the archaeological department at the Beijing Cultural Heritage Administration of their discovery. An investigation recovered a Han Dynasty coin and a beam from the water. The beam was covered with alcohol. This suggested to the archaeologists that the site might be that of a large Han Dynasty tomb. In order to work out the structure of the underwater tomb, they invited 3 experienced archaeologists from Henan to take part in the investigation. After several exploratory digs had been conducted, the experts revealed that tomb robbers had been there before them. It was a major excavation project, and so the Beijing government asked for assistance from the armed forces. An engineering company was sent to the site. As the mysterious tomb was uncovered, an old tunnel made by robbers was revealed. But as the excavation progressed, the experts became more and more confused by what they were seeing. Unlike any other ancient tomb they'd seen before, this one had a complicated square wooden structure on its outside. No one could understand what purpose it might have served. Until, that is, they received a letter from an archaeologist named Yu Jie after he'd visited the Dabotai site.
他说：“我看了这个，就是有可能，就是文献记载的子宫边防皇城地走。就是他首先提出了这个，是这么一个葬制。”
The record of Hua Guang describes the death and burial of Hua Guang, Grand Marshal of the Han Dynasty. It says, the emperor bestowed each of Sigong, Bianfeng, and Huang Chantichao on him. This is the earliest known reference to what were special ancient styles of burial. Comparing what Yu Jie described with what they saw at the site, the experts concluded that the wall of wood tallied with the description of the Huang Chantichao.
Now, Huangchang Tizhou was the highest form of burial rites employed at the time of the Han Dynasty, and this was evidence of their first ever use. In the Western Han Dynasty, only the emperor himself, members of the imperial family, and higher-ranking officials were entitled to such a burial style, which made the identity of the person buried in the tomb very intriguing. Finding out just who he or she was would be an important link in understanding the historical development of Beijing. Thank you for staying with us on today's New Frontiers. I'm Ji Xiaojun from CCTV International. Bye for now.